Welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine, and today we are going to continue with the fine art bundle using the Art Gallery stamps and the Floral Gallery dies. So what I've done is I've used the Magenta Madness and Just Jade because I wanted a really bright card that'll pop, and I've just layered it up. The flowers in the background, I didn't do the additional detail on because I really wanted this flower to be the focus, and it got too busy. This was where I started. This was the sample I kind of started with, and it just struck me that it was just too busy. So everybody's different. If you like the additional detail on the flowers, absolutely. It's your card, you do what you like. So what I've used here is I've used 3 of the dies from the fine art bundle, and I've used my stitched rectangle largest die. I need a scrap of white to do the flower. I need a larger piece of white to do the card mat, and then I need the Just Jade card base. So we'll get started and I'll show you how I put this together. And I learned what I already knew but had totally forgotten is you always only have one ink pad open at a time because otherwise you get your colors mixed up. And you don't want to stamp one in the other because it muddies your colors. So I am going to start by stamping on the background pieces here. So I've got my flower, I'm inking it up, and I'm stamping away because I just want kind of the first value. And I'm just going to stamp that down. I'm going to ink it up again, stamp it off, and then just place this one kind of over here. And then I need to do a third one because I'm going to cut it out. So I'll stamp that away and then I will put that on there like that. Okay. Then I need to stamp full value my detail on this one. So I'll just ink that up really well. And I will line this up. Press it down. So there's my detail. The last thing I need to do is on with the Magenta Madness is to do the happy birthday, but I'm going to do that on a scrap that's left over. So what I need to do now is I need to take my Just Jade pad, I'll open it up and do the leaves. So I've doubled up my stamps because I don't have another block the right size. So I'm doing this at full value, and maybe I'll just peel that off so it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. I am placing this down just so it joins up with the flower. Giving that a good press down. And then I'll do the same here. The leaves are going to overlap, but they'll be covered by the flower, so it's not such a big deal. I'm just going to place that down. Okay. And then I'm going to do the leaves and stem for the other flower, and I'm cutting these out so they don't have to be aligned at all. I'm just going to close this up, and I need to cut this out with the large rectangular die. Now I usually suggest we put these through at an angle. It won't be as easy to put this one through as an angle because of the width of the paper. I am just going to trim the edge off here so that I can put it through at more of an angle. So any bit of an angle helps. You're just trying to avoid that bar going straight through the rollers as a hard stop. So I'll just put that down, sandwich it up, and run it through the machine. And you know you've done it right if you don't hear a big bang at the beginning. There is always a bit of a click at the end when it pops out of the rollers. Okay, so we are going to peel this out. the stitched rectangle dies can be a little bit sticky, so just because of the way the teeth have bitten into the paper. So you can just gently pull it away. And then I usually just kind of push along the edge just to kind of just gently pull those teeth out of the paper. Just, you don't want to go to all this work and then have your paper tear. So that's that done. I don't need that die anymore. And I can actually put this down on the card base right now. So I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal on that and put this down on the card base. Now it's not an exact proportion size all the way around. You just have to kind of eyeball it so it's in the center. And now I need to cut the flowers, the detail out for the flowers. And I will line this up and run it through the machine. Okay, there we go, all lined up, sandwich down. We'll run that through and then I'll dimensionalize those. We'll do the happy birthday and the card will be finished. So let's get my pieces off the die there and we will dimensionalize these. Just like that. Move these things out of the way. There we go. And then we can put the flower down. I choose to just overlap the matting just a little bit like that. Just kind of jumps it out. A couple more dimensionals on here. And then we can stick this down. And I'm putting the stem just underneath, but I'm putting the leaves kind of over top a little bit. So that's that done. Now I need to do the happy birthday and cut it out. So I'm just going to put that on top of there. And it's wide enough I can do it on the end there. So I'm just going to trim this piece off. And I'm going to use my Magenta Madness. Stamp the happy birthday, and this is the happy birthday from the set. Again, I love how crisp and clean these letters are. There's no difficulty reading them or anything. They're just nice and sharp and fresh. Okay, and I'll just run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And I'm using my smaller plates because I prefer to use the smaller plates when I'm using smaller dies. And just put that down like that, sandwich it up, and run it through. And there we go. That's the die. It does a really, that's the detail on the die, and it gives it a real like postage stamp effect. So it's really quite cute. I am going to dimensionalize this up over top. You can use the small dimensionals, or you can just cut the edges of your large dimensional sheet. Because as you know, I use all of the dimensional sheet. And then I just stick that down like that. And I don't want to put dimensional all the way across the back because I've got the stem there, and I don't want to have the stem held up or pushed down. So I'm just going to pop that down, line it up, and there you go. There is your happy birthday card using the art gallery set and the fine floral dies. So if there is anything in this video that you would like to purchase, please use the links below, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much.